All right, you guys ready to keep the show going? All right, well, this next comic coming to the stage, new to our stage here, but he's performed, I guess, over at Siena College. Please give a warm welcome to Colin O'Reilly.
All right, wow, this is blinding. You can't see a single thing. Mike, by the way, I can't see where you are. I brought everybody here. That was the thing. That's why they're just waiting for something from me. I'm not saying it's going to be positive, but thank you so much for coming out. My name is Colin O'Reilly, and I'm an admissions counselor. I work with my colleagues over at Siena College, and I travel on the road. I go to Connecticut once in a while. It's a fun time, too. I was at a college fair last week, and I had the worst 180 of my life happen to me last week. And actually, I was talking to this family. They were loving me. I'm pitching Siena College, talking about cooked patzos. Loved every second of it. And the worst thing could have happened. Somehow we got on the topic that the father was a Lemoyne grad. So I'm like, oh, you're Lemoyne? My uncle Tim graduated from Lemoyne at the same time. He's like, really? What year? I'm like, told him. I don't even know what year. I just guessed. And he's like, Tim O'Reilly? From Rochester? I'm like, yeah, Tim O'Reilly from Rochester. He's, oh my God, I graduated with him. And he goes, hey, how's he doing? And I'm like, oh, he died. It was the worst thing that could have happened to me. From them loving Siena College to, I gotta get out of here. It was the worst thing that could have happened. Also, there was families like waiting to talk to me, seeing that happen, and they're like, oh my God, something's going on over here. Jesus. But pretty monumental winter we had, I gotta say. We had a lot of snow, very depressing. A lot of big, monumental winter, if you ask me. It was pretty monumental for me because I bought my first scarf. You're saying to yourself, he's 23 years old, buys his first scarf now. But it was eye-opening, it was great. I went to the store, bought it, people told me not to, people warned me in advance, I still did it, and I got this scarf that matched my jacket perfectly. It was great. And the worst part was, I put it on and I immediately realized I didn't have a neck. So, another 180 I did not see coming. But I like to consider myself a little larger than life. That's just my way of saying it. It's a very polite way of saying I'm a little overweight. I could stand to lose a couple of libs. LBs, pounds, for those people that Mike was talking about earlier. Didn't get that. But people ask me all the time, so, where do you see yourself on a larger than life scale? You've got healthy, which a lot of people in this audience are, and then the not so healthy. And I like to give this example. I say, I'm somewhere in between John Goodman 20 years ago from like Revenge of the Nerds to John Goodman from Coyote Ugly. Somewhere in between there, like now John Goodman, just disgusting John. I'm in between there. So there's actually no jurisdiction whatsoever. But I think today in America, people are getting a very bad rap, especially larger than life people like myself, because they get breaks as kids. Kids will get made fun of. They'll say, hey, Dad, let's call you fat. But parents, they'll be very nice. They'll say, oh, no, you're not fat, you're husky. To a fat, first of all, you might think you're doing him a favor. You're not at all. Because if you tell a kid, no, you're not fat, you're husky, they're thinking, woo! All right, now I'm going to go eat Cheez-Its, just keep doing my thing, Netflix, no working out. When I become fat, though, that's when it's going to get really, really troublesome. So let me know when I get there, and I'll do something different. But the worst thing growing up, too, especially being a little husky, if you didn't guess yet, I was a little husky. The worst was sleepovers, and I'll tell you why. Because if you ever, God forbid you forgot your clothes and something happened, oh, you were in the worst situation you could imagine. Oh, you ever been in this game? Oh, it's okay, Colin, don't worry. Let me see what my dad has. Which is even worse than anything you could imagine. First of all, God forbid that dad is skinnier than you. That is just the worst night. You better just leave the sleepover. That's just the way I like to look at it. But it's hard working out with people. It's tough. It's not easy anymore. People say, Dad, just work out. Oh, okay. Yeah, how did I not know that? But it's tough when you work out with people that are good at working out. Like, first of all, my workout's a little different from most. First of all, my workouts are considered a lot of people's warm-ups. So it's tough when you want to go jogging during lunch and then you're out of breath before you even leave campus. It's tough. It's not easy. But people say to me all the time, walk a mile in my shoes. Why don't you walk a mile in my shoes? First of all, I don't even walk a mile in my own shoes, and you're asking me to walk a mile in your shoes. But if you ask any one of your friends, any one of them that are a little larger than life to myself, it's amazing what happens every time you try to get them to work out. It's incredible. First of all, they have the hardest lives. They do. Because the most creative things will happen on the Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, Tuesday, Thursdays, opposite week when you actually have to work out. And you've probably experienced this. You know, you call your friend, he's obviously not at the gym. Hey, Colin, hey, where are you? No money, like, oh, hey, Jeff, thank you for calling. I'm so happy you called. I'm actually on the Northway. Tire fell off. Really weird. Tire fell off like 2 exits back. But don't worry, I started my pedometer, ran back 2 exits, picked up the tire, ran back, so I got my workout in, but I can't make it today. But I'll be there next week, promise. Don't worry. Yeah, I get it so tough, so tough. No, but I've got a girlfriend. She's been dating her for about 5 years, and I know what you're thinking, 5 years. You're probably not thinking anything. I've been dating for 5 years. When I first started dating her, it was a lot easier to give gifts. I could go to Things to Remember, spend $20, leave, and be the most, the greatest boyfriend in the world. Now, can't do that. You get judged on everything you do, gift-wise and everything else, when you're 5 years in. First of all, this another monumental thing that happened this winter. I got a Wii. A Wii. Which was great, because I love Wii tennis, love Wii golf, love pretty much every excuse not to work out and do those physical activities. But it was weird. I told everybody how excited I was. I got a Wii, and it was weird. Everybody had the same reaction, like, "Oh, should get you a Wii Fit?" Yeah, how'd you know? Jeez, so weird. But I think if you look at and first of all, if you're wondering if I'm going to do all larger-than-life jokes today, yeah, I am. If you look at every friend group, I think it's pretty common that you're going to see that one larger-than-life person. And it's for many reasons. Number one, I think it's just more of a gravity thing. Things just get pulled in a little closer. Another reason, I also think that, the skinnier friends, they tend to want to look better. So you grab that person who also happens to be funny. So it works out great. And that's why I have 4 very skinny friends that did a lot better than me in high school. Let me put it that way. But also, it's weird in high school now. Before, it was, you go into a high school, there were a couple larger-than-life people. Now, I go into high schools all the time. And let me tell you something. They're the majority. No longer are they the minority, it's the majority. We literally are the largest country in the world. And before, you could just walk into a high school and pick one out. Now, you can't go into a high school without getting an insulin shot. It's that bad, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you that right now. But I hate when friends try to give me tips. Those exciting tips of where to shop. All the sales. I hate it. I hate it so much because it's not true. First of all, anyone ever come up to me and be like, "Hey, where'd you get that shirt?" And be like, "Oh, I got it up at the outlets. Got a good sale." Why'd you go to the outlets? Why'd you go to Marshall's? First of all, that pisses me off more than anything. Go to Marshall's. No, because Mr. Schmedium over here can go into a section, walk up, and be like, "Oh, this polo shirt's $8. This polo shirt, I don't like this color. It's not really my thing. Ooh, perfect. What is it? $5? Ah, steal, bargain. It's just like the commercials." Why don't you venture over to the 2 X's in front of this L section and see what they got to offer? Slim pickings in the polo section, let me tell you that right now. First of all, there's an excessive amount of FUBU. Excessive amount of FUBU in the XXL section. And, by the way, for all you Brooklyn Nets fans, I just checked, they have a varsity Brooklyn Nets jacket that the Brooklyn Nets don't even wear. And it's $16. It's a steal. But only at Marshall's. Only at Marshall's. And I think that also has to do with just the way America is nowadays. Commercials, TV, everything's starting to change. TV first, though. Before it was Dharma and Greg, now it's Mike and Molly. So that gives you an idea of where we're at television-wise. But I think commercials are on their way. I think they're venturing into that direction. For everyone here who likes Mike and Molly, obviously it's a great show. I've never seen Mike and Molly. Going completely off topic here, my friend said to me last week, he said, "Colin, don't do all fat jokes." Alright, so here's my non-fat joke of the day. So, as you can see, I have a new haircut. Yeah. A lot of you were wondering where I got it. Thank you. I was waiting for that, actually. Got a new haircut, and I think you can notice when you go into an office, you'll know if you get a good haircut, because 15 people will tell you, "Get a good haircut? I like it. Oh, that's nice." They raise their voice. "Oh, that's really nice. Let me down there." Ah, when no one says that to you, that's your clue. You don't have a good. Don't go back to that barber. That's your clue right there. But finally, my last thing I want to talk about today is something that I get a lot of anxiety for. It's It's not easy. It's something that really annoys me, and it's, it's nothing against my colleagues from Siena College, which I'm thrilled you guys are here. But I hate going to lunch with coworkers, like when you first start a job. Nothing against you. When you first start the job, there's a lot of anxiety because you'll just go into a place, maybe you're going over to Sati Deli in Newton Plaza, and you're saying to yourself, okay, I'm gonna get in. I worked out with Wii Tennis last week, so I'm getting a burger. And you have some ideas in mind, and then you get up there, but the person you're with goes first, and like, yeah, can I get the tossed salad with balsamic vinaigrette on the side, and can you do extra spinach? Thank you. Yeah, and no cheese. And half chicken. You guys gave me way too much chicken last time. And I'm behind him like, I don't want to do that. You don't want to be that guy who just orders way too much food. Oh, you're getting a salad? I'm going to get the double cheeseburger. No, you can't do that because then obviously it's like, no, how did this happen? So you get up there and you're panicking. You're like, what are you doing? The guy's like, excuse me, sir. So, you know what you want? You're like, you know what? That sounded pretty good. I'm gonna have what she's having. And the guy's like, come on. Like they don't know. You didn't get this way eating the tossed salad with the balsamic vinaigrette on the side with extra spinach and half the chicken. That doesn't happen. But we did, last thing I want to actually point out is the fact that Mike brought up a great point about Loudonville, Loudonville's funny. I had friends that lived in Troy last year, and they moved to Loudonville, and it's funny, on a sunny, beautiful day in Troy, you walk outside and you're like, oh my God, what's that smell? No, don't talk to that guy. You go outside on a beautiful day in Loudonville, your life is terrific. It's just, woo! Alright, I'm gonna go jogging. Yeah, I'm gonna go inside. Yeah. But thank you very much for having me.